That's Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. He says he's planning to fight back as federal investigators look into whether he was involved in sex trafficking involving underage girls. Now, Gaetz has hired an outside public relations firm and two prominent New York attorneys, Mark Mukasey and Isabel Kirshner, to represent him. The team issued a statement today saying, quote, Matt has always been a fighter for his constituents, a fighter for the country, and a fighter for the Constitution. He's going to fight back against the unfounded allegations against him. His legal team will take the fight to those trying to smear his name with falsehoods. And that statement comes as he's set to headline an event at one of former President Donald Trump's Florida golf clubs, and as one of his Republican colleagues is calling on him to resign. All right, joining us now is NBC News national political reporter Sahil Kapoor. So, Sahil, we've got, Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger now. He's the first Republican to say that Gaetz should step down. Other Republicans have been radio silent about this. Where do you expect this to head next?
Well, we don't know that, the answer to that, Jeff, and that is the big question. Is Congressman Kinzinger a canary in the coal mine among Republicans, or is he kind of the odd one out? Here's what we do know. Kinzinger has been among the Republicans who is more willing to buck his party and to specifically criticize the Trump wing of his party. Recall, he was the first House Republican to come out in favor of impeaching the former president. And at the end of the day, there were only 10 House Republicans in total who voted in favor of impeachment. So he ended up being kind of part of a minority there. We don't really know where Republican leadership is going to come down either. Kevin McCarthy, the House Republican leader, has said the allegations against Gaetz are serious. He intends to sit down and talk to him. Now, some may recall he said a similar thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene when there was some serious criticism of her and ultimately let her go. The reality is the power within the Republican Party is still with that wing, the Marjorie Taylor Greene wing, the Matt Gaetz wing, the Trump wing, frankly. And his defeat has done very little to dislodge that.
And we've got now with us NBC News investigative reporter Tom Winter. So, Tom, the investigation into Gaetz was born out of a probe into a former Florida tax collector and this Gaetz associate named Joel Greenberg. And we learned yesterday that he is likely going to take a plea in a case against him. So where do things stand on that front, and what does it mean for Matt Gaetz?
Right. So a couple of people have reached out to me, and I know folks might be concerned because there was a story and in some reporting today that he pleaded not guilty. He had to, Jeff, that's part of the process at this point. He was handed a superseding indictment about a week and a half or so ago, and so he had to enter a plea. And, of course, you're not going to say that you're guilty without getting the benefits of a guilty plea agreement with it. So that's why today happened. As far as the discussions going forward, that's something that they hope to wrap up, I would say, by early May. They've set a preliminary deadline of May 15th for plea discussions to either come to a conclusion with an agreement or for there to be a trial sometime this summer. So that's where things stand as far as those discussions. Look, I think the attorney for Greenberg made it very clear yesterday outside of court that they're hoping to limit his criminal exposure as much as possible. The most effective way of doing that is cooperating at this stage. So it looks like that's the direction that they're headed towards at this point. It'll be interesting to see what Greenberg can offer in this ongoing investigation. He's somebody, and he's the person we're looking at now on the screen. He's somebody who's taken a lot of pictures with Matt Gaetz, and we've recently just obtained his emails and had a number of communications with Gaetz's congressional office. That's something that I was looking at just before speaking with you, Jeff. So we're going to continue to dig into those and some other public documents in this case and see where this goes from here.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.